Hi everyone, so today we have our booty workout. We're going to work on our bums. So we're going to need a dumbbell if we have one, a band if we have one, and maybe a ball if we have one, but you can use a cushion. So grab what you need and then let's get started. Hopefully you can see. Let's just adjust. Tiny. Okay. So pop some music on if that's what you would like to do, and let's get going. So we're going to start off on all fours. So let's start with the cat cows as normal. So we're going to round our back up towards the ceiling as we breathe in and then breathe out, dip. Or you could do the other way, breathe in and then breathe out. Okay, breathe in and breathe out. A couple more, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, bring your hand to your foot. Reach, or your foot to your hand even, swap over sides. See, 2 coffees was not enough this morning. So we're just going to keep swapping over sides. Fabulous. Keep that leg forward. We're going to lunge and then pull back. Lunge and pull back. Lovely. Yes, I hope you had a nice weekend. If you were joining me on this Tuesday morning, just after the bank holiday, had a lovely time at the beach. So I'm feeling nice and relaxed. Lovely. Let's swap over sides. I just realised I haven't got my microphone in again, so I'm going to do that in just a second. Lovely. So if you come down onto your back, we're just going to start off with some bridges. So lift and lower, and then while you do those, let's pop this in. So hopefully you can hear better. So have a little rest, and then we'll do another set. So bridges are brilliant for working your bum. So as you lift up, you're going to squeeze the bum. We want our heels to be fairly close. We're not taking too wide a stance. We want our knees to be in line with our hips. Lovely, and then take your feet as wide as your mat, so a bit wider, and then we're just going to drop our knees from side to side. What that's going to do is stretch into your psoas, so the muscle that runs from your rib down to your hip. Feel that I'm a bit tight on this right hand. All good. All allowed a break, right? So we're going to come on up. If you have a band, we're going to grab a band. If you haven't, you can just join me anyway. So what we're going to do is pop the band around our knees and then come and sit back down. So we're going to have our feet close together. We're going to just press our knees out into the band. So just lean back slightly, working into our glutes. So depending on your band, and on how wide you can go, this band is lovely. Okay, so from there, we're just going to come on to all fours. So if you don't have a band, this is absolutely fine. You can just do exactly the same. So what we're going to do is a donkey kick. So we're going to tuck our toes underneath, one leg back behind you. We'll go for about 10. We are taking it a bit slower today. If you did the workout on Thursday, that was a bit more of a sweaty session. So today we're going to focus slowly and strongly on our glutes. If you've got a band, you should probably feel that in both legs, I would hope. So you're stabilizing leg on the left, leg kicking back on the right. We're going to swap over sides now. Going for 10 again. And just notice how you're feeling in your body. Hopefully your glutes are starting to warm up now. We're going to go back to the first side. So right leg back if you started with that one. Be careful not to lean from one side to the next. It's 10 and then swapping over sides. Glutes working. I thought it would be good to do a glutes workout today. If you don't often work your glutes, they are one of the biggest muscles in your body. They work everything. So you use your band for standing still, for jumping, for walking, for doing Olympic lifting if you ever do that. Of course, use it in squats. So standing up, sitting down. Your glutes do absolutely everything. So having strong glutes is just the best. So we're going to do some work on those today, and hopefully you can begin to feel where the muscles are and what they do. Okay, so we just kicked back. So we started with our upper glutes, a bit glute medius for stability, and now we're going to come out to the side, so it's more glute medius. So they call these fire hydrants. Look a bit like a dog going for a pee. Just to put it lightly as I can. We're just going to try not to lean. So quite often you'll end up leaning over to one side. So we're going to work against that as we take our leg out to the side. Band on, or if you've got nothing on, you should feel your stabilizing leg working as you kick out. Lovely. We're going to swap it over sides, so being careful not to lean again as you kick out to the side. Okay, that's 10 on each side. We're going to do that again. So you're probably going, ah, if you can feel these, they are brilliant. That's why we're doing them. Just wish they had a nicer name. I should think of one. And you're stabilizing your upper body when you're doing these, and you're working into your core. I love exercises that do more than just the thing that you're working on. Got two more. Lovely. So last set on the other side. Last three. Right. Just give that a little rub. You might feel that working, which is great. Now I know where your glute medius is, which is perfect. Next time we're going to stand up. So I know you can't see me. I'm going to crouch down anyway. So we're going to come into a semi-squat. We're going to walk forward and backwards on our mat. So we're going to walk like a monster. Arms can do whatever. Mine just do this. And I know it's burning, especially if you have a band on. That's good. That means it's working, right? So I find no matter how often I do these, they always burn. And do the same to the side. Come to the middle of your mat, that semi squat, you're going to take your knee and your toe in line. So we don't want to step out like this. We want to keep our knees pressing out into the band. Little steps. Do one way, do the other way. No, it's burning. You're nearly there. We can take the band off. Two. The other side. Right, band off. Lovely. Don't throw it too far away because it's going to use it again. We're going to come and lie down on our sides now. I realize you can't probably see me all too well, so let me just. Lovely. So we're going to lie down on our side. We're going to come into some Pilates based exercises now. These are great. And if your bum's aching already, it's going to ache some more. It's good to me that's working, right? So we're going to lie down on our side. Make sure that your hips are stacked on top. So you can kind of tell your hip bone just in line with your other hip bone. Feet are going to be roughly in line with the back side of your body. Fingertips just resting in front. You want to think about pulling your core off. So maybe you can get your fingers underneath, maybe you can't. That's okay, but just imagine that you will be able to by pulling in nice and tight here. Okay, keep your hips stacked. You can hold on to your hip or just rest in front. We're just going to lift and lower that top knee. Now, lots of people open too wide and they rock back and forth. We don't want to do that. We want to keep our hips stable. And these are also really good for your pelvic floor. I did my core workout on Wednesday, I think. You will know that it's good to work your pelvic floor, especially as a lady if you've had children and you have, well, just anyway, because even when we get older, your muscles atrophy, including those in your pelvic floor. So keeping them strong forever is going to be your friend for life. Lovely. So that's 10. Now what we're going to do is bring our fingertips in front. Our top knee is going to reach up towards our fingers and then kick up and back. Keep ourselves stable. So if you go too fast, the likelihood is you're going to roll around. I want you to keep still, or you're just moving your knee. Okay. You might wobble a little, that's okay. But I don't want you to rush these so that you wobble everywhere. By wobbling, I mean your body staying stable. Our muscles and wobble as we move. Keep that leg out. You're going to point your toe slightly and turn your toe down. Slowly, because I know how easy it is to rock back and forth when you do them. Done Pilates before, you'll know that feeling. If you haven't, welcome to the world of Pilates. We want to keep our circles very small. Now we're going to change forwards. And front. We're going to straighten our bottom leg behind us now. So we're just going to stabilize our position here. We're just going to lift and lower underneath leg. So when we're working on our glutes, it's good to work our adductors too. Working them now. Just off the sides now. Give the side a rest, although you will still feel it because your glute medius is there to stabilize, remember, so you're always going to feel it even when you're not working that side because it will be stabilizing. So hips stacked on top, feet in line with your bum, either hand on the floor or hand on your hip, and then we're going to go for 10. So keeping yourself nice and stable. Slow, steady. You wobble a little. You can hear me okay? Lovely. So keeping that leg out, we're going to point our toe down slightly and then making it slow, steady circle. Okay, and then bring your knee down in front. Just a little lift, just feeling those feet. And then we're going to go onto child's pose. Just have a little stretch, so it's like my knees wide. Take yourself down. Have a breath or two. Forehead on the floor. We're going to do a couple of standing exercises, and then we'll go back on the floor. So let me adjust that angle. Okay, so we're going to grab hold of a heavy dumbbell if you've got one. Okay, so we're going to come into a RDL, which is straight leg deadlift. So we're going to hinge. So a lot of people bend, and you'll know if you're bending because you'll feel it in your back, not in your hamstrings. If you hinge, you're going to push your hips back first. My knees have got a soft bend in, so I'm not locking out my knees. They've got a soft bend in. And my hamstrings are fairly tight, so I know when I get to here, I can feel my hamstrings working. Some of you, I mean, I can go all the way down, but you don't need to lose that integrity by relaxing your shoulders. So the posterior chain exercise, so shoulders stay back, back stay straight, your knees stay soft, you push your hips back first, which is different to bending. I hope that makes sense. So if you have a little practice, I always like to press on my hips here because I can feel my hip points come forward slightly as I hinge. Okay, so now we've done that. If we've got a heavy weight, brilliant. If you haven't, just carry on practicing your hinge. So I'm going to keep my shoulders back, so I don't want to round. Shoulders stay back. I'm going to tip myself forward. Hips hinge back. I can feel my hip flexors, my hip hamstrings. My hip flexors are pulling. My hamstrings are stretching. So I'm going to come down, up and squeeze. I'm going to do 2 sets of these. On the way down. Do you? Okay, so I'm just going to pop that down on the floor. Just have a little rest, give your legs a shake. So hopefully you can feel that your hamstrings on the back of your leg here is working, and maybe the lower part of your glutes as well. The upper glutes are still working from before, so you should feel it here. I absolutely love these. So I'm going to pick my dumbbell up again. So shoulders are going to stay back. My knees are going to stay soft, so I'm not locking my knees out. Hinge down and up. So keeping that back straight. So think you're keeping your shoulders back, your chest forward. Squeeze your bum at the top. Okay, so our next one is going to be a squat pulse. So we're going to come down and up like this. So if you don't like going all the way down, brilliant. If this feels like too much, you can just do normal squats. So see how you feel. I'm going to add my weight in. I'm going to hold it like a goblet. I'm going to do 10. So feet outside my hips. I'm going to do little squat pulses. Make sure you're breathing. Little rest. Pop your weight down if you need. I'm going to keep hold of mine. Lovely breath. There we go again. Last 10. And stand it up. Lovely. And then we're going to come back to the floor. Okay, so if you have a ball, squishy ball, can I use a cushion? It might not be so easy. What we're going to do is pop it behind our leg. Okay, we're going to come into those donkey kicks, but what you're going to do is squeeze the ball as you lift. Squeeze. So if you don't have one, you're just going to pull your heel back as you lift, okay? We're going to do 10 on each side. Squeeze. You're going to kind of be squeezing the ball anyway. Just going to make that extra squeeze at the top. Feel all those hamstrings working. Keeps working to lift leg up and back. Favorite sides. Oops. Remember, if you don't have a ball, you're just going to take your heel closer back to your bum as you lift. Lean over to the side. Fabulous. Swapping over again. This time we're just going to do little pulses. So you're going to keep your knee up there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Over. And nearly done. Back to our bridges. So you can, if you wish, use your dumbbell. Adjust your yeah, all good. Right, so you can use your dumbbell on here. If you don't have one, that's fine. If you've got a ball or cushion, you can squeeze it between your knees as you come up. I'll do one with my dumbbell, one with the ball, just to show you. So if you've got your dumbbell, you're just going to hold it. You don't want it to roll down your chest as you lift up, okay? So we're just going to lift up, squeeze your bum, and lower. Not the most comfortable thing if you've got a dumbbell resting on your hips, but the added resistance is just going to help you grow stronger. Lovely. So I'm going to take my dumbbell away. Careful rolling it off you. And this time I'm going to do with my ball between my knees. I'm just going to squeeze the ball as I lift. Up and squeeze. Feet a bit narrower. If your adductors working, your adductors are working, your pelvic floor is working, glutes are squeezing, they're working too. Lovely. Last one we're going to do is a frog pump. So you're going to put your feet together, your knees are going to be out to the side. Hopefully this will be all comfortable for you. And then we're just going to lift and lower our bum. So, Brett Contreras, the glute guy, heard of him. I have worked with him a few times. He loves this exercise for working your bum. always try and add them in as long as people don't have tight hips, issues with hip flexors. Some people just don't like this position, and that is okay. You don't have to. Just have a little rest for a second. Everything working in your legs. One more set of 10. Lovely. We are done. Cool. So a quick stretch out for your glutes. So come into our figure 4. This may be enough for you. Your right leg over your left. You can grab hold of your left thigh or your left shin. Now just see how that feels. That's tight for me, so I'm just going to go back to my thigh. I'm just going to rock from side to side. Now we're going to cross our legs more, so I'm going to slide my right leg over, so I've got my legs crossed. Just like I'm side of the desk, and I'm going to grab my ankles. If you grab your ankles, you can grab your knees, or just leave them up in the air. If you grab your ankles, just going to pull them in opposite directions. You may feel, okay, in here. And other side, so figure 4 first. Stay down by chin. See how that feels. Both sides are different. Sliding over. So this is reverse cow face, or cow face on your back. If you do yoga, piriformis is definitely tighter on this side. So if grabbing your ankles is no good, hold on to your knees or just put your hands on the floor. Come on up, cross-legged if you can. And then you're just going to sit up tall, bring yourself forwards. This is just going to stretch the outside of your hips. So if you can't rest your elbows on the floor, just have your hands on the floor. Sit where it's comfortable. Up. Take your other shin in front. Stretch out the other side. On up. So thank you for joining me today. That was our Tuesday bum workout. We have Thursday and Friday this week. So we're going to do 2 more sweaty sessions. I thought today was a bit gentle because it's been bank holiday. And I know some people overindulge and you might be like that. So nice, fairly gentle, but a very, very effective bum workout. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you soon.